The US denies it's running low on ammo, as Trump rejects another Iranian proposal as totally unacceptable. And is Iran's leader finally stepping out of the shadows? Here's what you need to know. Donald Trump has dismissed a long-awaited response from Iran to a peace memo that could bring the war to an end. After days of military tensions and diplomatic suspense, the US president posted simply, "I have just read the response from Iran's so-called representatives. I don't like it. Totally unacceptable." Last week, the US demanded Iran halt uranium enrichment, hand over its 400-kilogram stockpile, and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says its nuclear program is not up for discussion, and any deal to end the war must extend to Israel's invasion of Lebanon. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued his own red line, appearing on US television to say the war will continue until Iran gives up its enriched uranium. But can the US continue fighting if the ceasefire breaks down? A member of the Senate Armed Services Committee has revealed that in a Pentagon briefing, lawmakers were told the U.S. is running shockingly low on munitions, including Tomahawk cruise missiles, attack and supersonic missiles, and 3 types of interceptors, SM-3s, THAAD rounds, and Patriot surface-to-air missiles.
This president got our country into this without a strategic goal, without a plan, without a timeline, and because of that, we've expended a lot of munitions. And that means the American people are less safe.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth hit back angrily, saying Kelly was blabbing falsely and dumbly about a classified Pentagon briefing and now would be investigated for violating his oath. But a report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies estimates the U.S. could have used up to 80% of the THAAD interceptor rounds in its inventory and up to 60% of its Patriot defense missiles, and it could take more than 3 years to replace them. This comes after the Pentagon revealed it spent more than $25 billion in the war so far, a figure that could be much higher. As the Washington Post reports, the damage to bases in the region is far larger than what has been publicly acknowledged.
دشمن به هیچ کدوم از این اهداف از پیش تعیین شده خودش دست پیدا نکرده در این جنگ شکست خورده.
Iran's leaders say they're not backing down to US demands. President Masoud Pezeshkian posted on X, "We will never bow our heads before the enemy, and if talk of dialogue or negotiation arises, it does not mean surrender or retreat." On Thursday, Pezeshkian said he met Iran's supreme leader Mujtaba Khamenei, who has not been seen in public since he came to power, amid rumors he was gravely injured in the strike that killed his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in late February. Iran's state TV now says another in-person meeting will take place between Khamenei and senior military officials, and that he's issued new directives.
سرلشکر عبداللهی در این گزارش اعلام کرد آحاد رزمندگان اسلام به لحاظ روحیه رزم، آمادگی دفاعی و هجومی، طرح‌های راهبردی و تجهیزات و تسلیحات مورد نیاز.
But the cost of war on Iran's economy has been brutal. The Statistical Center of Iran says skyrocketing inflation has pushed up the price of basic foods. Solid vegetable oil rose by 375%, cooking oil by 308%, and rice by 173%. And as negotiations stagnate, the strength of the ceasefire is being tested. Fresh drone attacks have targeted the UAE and Kuwait on Sunday, while a Qatari freighter was hit while traveling from Abu Dhabi to Doha. But Iran allowed another Qatari LNG tanker to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, arriving in Pakistan on Monday. It's viewed as a confidence-building measure with Doha and Islamabad, both mediators in the war. In Lebanon, Israel launched 20 strikes on what it says are Hezbollah positions, using what appears to be white phosphorus, a weapon restricted by the UN. Hezbollah says it launched 24 new attacks on Israeli forces, including a drone attack in the Israeli town of Shlomi. That's it from me today. Stay with us on Al Jazeera for all your updates in the war on Iran.